guys, this is Tim. Welcome back to another episode of the Boone County Beekeeper. Now today is Saturday. It's the first day of March, guys. We made it through February, and I am really glad of that. And it is super windy out here today. Hopefully you can hear me. You're going to get some wind noise, I'm sure. But we'll make it. Let me tell you what we got going on here. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's about 51 degrees. And a little earlier than what I was really wanting to come up, but you got to do what you got to do. Today, it's supposed to get colder this evening, and they're actually talking about some snow flurries tonight. So didn't have much choice but to come on up and do her thing. Now, today, all I really want to do is I want to get in here and I want to just pop the tops. If you remember now, we come in here on Groundhog Day, the second day of February, which has been a month, and we give everybody some food except for the Hive IQ. And we give some fondant patties, we give them sugar bricks, and still, as far as I know, they're not flying today. But my dad has been up a few times this week. I do see a few flying there at Old Glory starting right now, and they have been flying, all four of them. So they have been alive. That's good. And what I want to do today, is this weather's bad, I just want to get in, I want to get out, I want to pop a top on them. I made some more sugar bricks, and I want to be sure to get another sugar brick on top of them. Now, talk this for a second before we start. This is a critical time, guys, and this wind, I'm worried about this wind. I don't like being under them trees when it's this. I'm talking 30-mile-an-hour winds here, and it's bad. I'm afraid a limb will get me, but critical time right now, guys. This morning I saw in my neighbor's yard, I saw a dandelion. First one that I've saw, the only one that I've saw. But that tells me that it's getting close. I did notice in the yard down there some little weeds that was growing up and had just some little tiny white flowers starting on them. So guys, we're getting to a time right now that a lot of people lose bees. You know, March into April. Right now, March especially, you know, they're going to be brooding up. I'm imagining these girls are starting to lay some brood. And they're going to start building up, ramping up, out flying more because you got beautiful weather of a day, burning through a lot more calories. So what you got to be sure is that you have some food on these colonies. A lot of people let their bees starve to death in the month of March, so real important to keep them going. Now in a couple of weeks, we're going to get in here, if good Lord's will, and the weather cooperates. We'll do a little bit better checking them. We'll maybe pull a few frames, see how they look on the brood. Probably will go ahead and pull my mouse guards off. I'll open those entrances up. I've got them choked down real tight right now. Probably open them up about halfway, because they're going to start bringing stuff in, and I imagine they're probably already finding a little bit of pollen somewhere now anyway. I see weeds starting to pop up, and things are going to start happening. It's going to start blooming, and it's getting ready to get real, guys. This is an exciting time of the year. Now, we're not out of the woods yet on this weather. This week, like I said, it's going to be getting colder tonight. Talking about some snow flurries, and then tomorrow is only going to be in the 30s. Then we're right back in the mid and upper 50s and 60s the rest of the week. Thursday's going to get some rain. Going to get a shot of cold air coming in. They're talking about rain may finish up as some wet snow, but then it goes right back up the next day, 50s. So it's a roller coaster, guys. It's up and down, and it's a very important time for your bees. So make sure you got food on there, and make sure that everybody's taken care of. Weather's crazy right now. It's up and down, and it's going to be that way all through March. That's the way March is. So it's not going to be long. We're going to be splitting, trying to control our swarms. And here in a couple, 3 weeks, we'll get in there and we'll see how everybody looks today. We may rob here in 2 or 3 weeks. We may rob a little bit out of some strong colonies to boost these weak colonies up. We're about, usually about first part of April, around the 10th to the 15th, somewhere in that area, we get our autumn olive flow right here. And I'm looking and it's everywhere. So sometimes that's a hit, sometimes it's not. It just depends on the weather. Sometimes it gets frostbit and it freezes and doesn't do any good. But boy, when it does, that is some really, really good honey. It's a real light honey, and I really want to try to capitalize on that if we can. So hopefully we'll have a good year. So I'm just going to get off here. We'll go over and get set up. I have made a temporary shim for the Hive IQ. I've not been in it at all. And I'm going to go, it's got 3 boxes, but I'm going to try to put a fondant patty in there on top of those girls, just to make sure. They're still heavy, but that'll give them a little bit of different stuff. So we'll see what happens. Now, let's go over and get set up, and we'll be right back. So just stick around. All right, guys, we're back, and like I said, we're not going to waste too much time here today. We want to be careful this wind, and we've still got plenty of bees here. They've actually still got plenty of sugar. Let me show you here real quick what we got. I may not have to do anything to those girls there. Let me get over here and look at them a little more. They're doing good. And not really ate any of their fondant, don't look like. I'll get this over just a little closer to them. See maybe if they can. Looks like we got just a few frames of bees. So we'll see what we got. Now let me do something real quick. I got some reflectors. I told you that last time, and I did in fact get it. And we'll go ahead and we'll put this on top. Put this on top here, and that way, see what I will do is this. I'm gonna go ahead and stick one in there. I know they don't need it, but I've made it. We might as well make sure. So that's basically all I'm going to do, guys. Pop the lids and go from there. So our foam insulation's in here, and we'll go ahead and put the lid back on it. And what I'll do is I'll come back and I will put the ratchet straps on as we go. So those bees look good. Looks like about 4 to 5 frames of bees. Now, here's Old Glory. Let me get you set up where you can see Old Glory. All right, guys, let's see what we got here in Old Glory. It's getting cooler out here, and this weather is definitely going to get cooler. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen. Now, let's see what Old Glory looks like. We will see. There's a big roach. Them roaches, they love beehives. So let's get in here and see what we're looking like here. Oh yeah, now, Old Glory. Let me get a fondant patty ready. Hang on before we get in there. They've eat their fondant and they've eat about all their sugar. So hang on. All right, so let's get us another fondant patty ready. I got my knife here, this old pocket knife. We got him here and we'll get him ready. See what we can do. Tell you what now, this is a strong colony right here. Definitely want to try to get some splits off of these girls for sure. Alright, just hang with me, guys. I know. But them bees is eating pretty good. So let me show you what we got here. Old Glory, look at Old Glory, everybody. I tell you, you can't beat Old Glory. Let me show you what we got here. Get you in here. You can see they've went through the fondant pretty good, just a little bit in the corners. I'll get you set back up. Just a little bit in the corners, and they're hitting that sugar pretty good. These girls have been strong now, they have. So I'll dig some of this out a little bit later. We'll give them another one. I'm sorry, ladies, I know you think I'm taking your food from you, but I'm not. I'm gonna actually give you another one. Get you down a little bit. There's you a big new one right there. So let's give you a couple more sugar bricks here as well. So these girls should be pretty good shape. They're looking pretty good now. So there's a fondant patty and some more sugar on Old Glory. Hang on, let me get another piece of Reflectix put on there. So now let me tell you why we're doing this Reflectix, guys. As this stuff starts coming in, I'll tell you what they're going to do. They're going to start bringing in a little pollen and bringing in a little nectar. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to start building comb. And a lot of times, what happens with me is they will get on the inside of that inner cover, and they will build like crazy, and then you got a mess. So I would much rather for them to build on that right there, on that Reflectix, so I can just take it out. Now let's go on up. All right, guys, so here we are at the old Hive IQ. Now listen, I've not been in these girls since back in October, you know that, and I don't know what to tell you. Let's do a weight test real quick. So they're getting kind of light. They are getting kind of light, so they've burnt through some stores. I hope they're still alive. They've been flying pretty good. But we'll get in here and see what we got. Let me find my smoker. Hang on. And we'll see what we got here. I don't know. These girls gonna need a little love too. They're pretty light, lighter than what I figured. Now, oh yeah. So we definitely still got some bees. So, man, they looking good. They're looking real good. They're up in this top box. They're in that honey. Apparently they've eaten about all the other honey they had, so it's okay. So what I've done is I've made a little shim here, and I hope it fits on here okay. And it does. There's a little shim, fits down on that. Now, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna give them a fondant patty right there, and we're gonna give them a sugar brick, a big old sugar brick. Now they've still got some honey in this top box right here, but that right there should pretty much take care of them. Hang on, let me go get my Reflectix. All right, guys, so we're good here, and we are good. Now, what I need to do is this. I've got some bees on this cover. Hang on. Let me step on that so the wind don't take it down. We got some bees on this cover. All right, we got them off. Let's put this on. Put their cover on. They're already all over that sugar, and they'll hit that fondant too. So slide this up here. So there's that. Now, here's what we're gonna do, guys. I'm gonna put a strap on there. It's over in the truck. We'll do that in a little while. All right, so them girls are in good shape. So we got the shim on there. It's down there good and tight. They've got some food now. Looking good. Let's go over here and check this other one. Now, here we go. Here is the, let me make sure you can see that. Here is that 7-frame apple, and they're small. Never dreamed they would make it. But up until this week, they have made it. I'm hoping that they're still in there. Time is going to tell here, I guess. And we gave them some food. Yeah, boy. Now, you know what? I don't think I'm going to have to do anything else to these girls. They've still got some of their fondant left. You see, they've eaten right here. They've still got half of this fondant. And they've got plenty of sugar here. Now, so we're good right there. I'm not going to do anything to these girls today. We know they're good for another couple weeks. So, guys, right now, we still got 4. And I'll be honest with you, all 4 of them look really, really good. So let's go over here a minute. Tell you what I could do. I've got an extra sugar brick here, just for the heck of it. I may go ahead and stick it on this Hive IQ because they are really light. So hang tight. So we'll do it like this. So now we know the Hive IQ, they've got 2 sugar bricks. They do. We'll put us a ratchet strap on here. Make sure. So that's where we're at now. All right, let's go and talk this for a minute. Let's go over here and talk. All right. All right, guys. So, we have done what we came to do. We have put feed on everybody. So we've got 2 that's pretty strong, 1 that's medium, and 1 that's a little bit light. I think we're going to be okay. I really do. Time will tell. Main thing is for me to just keep check on them, make sure I keep the food up against them. They've eaten a lot of food in that Hive IQ. You know, I had an extra box on there, but they've not had any additional feed whatsoever, so really it's not too bad. Now, they've eaten well, and they're in the top box now eating the honey. And we have given 2 sugar bricks and a fondant patty. They all look good. To be surprisingly, to me, they look real good. You know, everybody's freaking out due to this colony collapse. I watched Brian there last night with Castle Hives, and he had some interesting numbers on there. I didn't realize it, but he said it on the studies shows that across America, we are down right now 1.12 million. Now think about this, million colonies, and that's like 60-some% of the all beekeeping. You know, that's crazy. It's going to be a big hit for sure to everybody. Now, to be honest, you know, for us hobbyists, it's not the end of the world. It's not. Sideliner, maybe not as bad, but for these commercial guys, that's their living, and you know, I can see why there's such a panic. With that said, I will say this. You know, I used to love deer hunt. Man, that's all I thought about was deer hunting, and that was year round. That's what I thought about. It was always hanging trail cameras and scouting and doing all that. But since my legs has went, I can't get out and do that anymore. I can't get out in the woods. But the reason that I say that, the reason that I say that is this. You know, I live close here to 4 counties that's bow hunting only. And it's been that way for about 35 to 40 years. We got some monster deer, and we got some big deer in those 4 counties, and that's where everybody likes to hunt. We've had a good herd, big deer, healthy deer. Well, About every 15 years or so, 10, 15, 20 years, we get a big case of EHD. It comes through here, and it wipes everybody out. It kills deer. It's unbelievable. It just wipes them out. But everybody's in a panic. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, what usually comes out of that. The deer that is left is usually a whole lot healthier. They're a whole lot stronger. And my hope and my prayer is that this is what this deal is here with these bees. You know, I've not been in this long, 5 years or so, and this is my first time dealing with this. But from what I've read and studied on, this seems to happen every 20 years or so. It seems like it's a cycle. Nobody can really explain why, but it does. It just happens. And I'm just wondering if that's not a way that we can get healthier bees. No doubt the weaker colonies have probably been the ones that have died. I mean, right here in my yard, that's proof of it. There's been different reasons why they died. But I'm wondering if we get through this, the bees that we do have left, if they're not a little bit healthier and better, maybe a little stronger. So it may not be a terribly bad thing. Bad for the commercial guys, I agree, but maybe not so bad for us hobbyists and our backyard beekeepers. Yeah, I mean, I've lost 4. I'm down to 4, but right now, as of today, those 4 look really good. And I think we have turned the corner, or at least I hope that we have. My goal is now to keep feed up against them until they start bringing some stuff in. And that's not going to be very long. The red maple getting ready to pop. Dandelions, like I said, I saw one today, so they're getting ready to pop. And I will say this, the guy from New Zealand, he got a hold of me. He is a guy. His name is Josiah, so I'm going to say hi to Josiah. And he was talking, you know, something I don't know. He said that their flow's been so heavy, they even had a big sycamore flow. Well, I didn't even know that a sycamore would even produce any nectar, but apparently it does. He said it was a big thing over there this year that they got a sycamore flow. So, guys, who knows? You know, with this weather, maybe this will be a good year for our flow. Maybe these bees that we have left over, even though shorter in number, maybe they'll be a stronger and a healthier bee. Maybe this might not be too bad of a year. I mean, it's going to be a building year for a bunch of us, for about all of us, for sure. I've talked to a lot of people that's lost a lot of bees. Some just lost a handful. Some's lost them all. So I thank the good Lord that I've got the 4 that I do have left, and they seem to be pretty healthy and strong. So we'll see what happens. So basically that's all I wanted to do today, check your stores. You need to get out and do the same. Make sure you got feed on them. Like I said, this is a critical month. March is when a lot of bees die. Be sure to get out there and make sure they've got feed. Hive IQ really surprised me as light as it was. They've eaten a lot of honey in the past few weeks. But they still got some in the top box, and that's where they're at. So we've got some food on them now, and they should be okay. That reflectives is a good ideal to put on top of your shims in case they do build. A whole lot easier to get it off of that reflectives than it is to scrape it off your inner cover. I've been down that road. I know it's tough. So guys, that's about it. If you don't care, hit that like, hit the subscribe, and I appreciate you being here. I'd like to say God bless you, God bless your family, God bless your bees. I hope you and your family is well. I hope you and your bees are well. And guys, it's going to be okay. It really is. We're going to make it through this one way or the other. I think it's just a circle of life right here, and I think it's maybe the good Lord's way of doing a little population control, and maybe we'll have stronger, healthier bees when we come out of this thing. I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and strap everybody down, and we're going to call this one done. And I love each and every one of you, and I appreciate you. everything to do, all the comments. I really do. So drop me a line. Let me know how it's going, where you're at, and when you comment, tell me where you're located. That's really fascinating to me. But I hope everything's going good for you. I really do. So until next time, we'll get back on here in a couple of weeks, and we might pull a few frames if the weather cooperates and see how everybody's looking, see if we're brooding up yet. And I think we will be. So until next time, guys, this is Tim, the Boone County Beekeeper. Thanks for stopping by.